Well, maybe not. Oh, yeah, I can look at that. Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Village of Lansing Planning Board meeting for November 11th, 2024. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7 PM.
Oh.
See? All right, right down the different time now. First item on the agenda, well, first of all, happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. We've got the October 29th, 2024 minutes in front of us. I know there were some edits that went around. Any other comments on them? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the October 29th, 2024 minutes. Motion by Pat.
Second?
Second by Lisa. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the public comment period. Opportunity for anyone from the public to bring up a topic that's not already on the agenda for this evening.
Trustee liaison.
Hey, Susan.
Carla?
I know, no, Carla.
Yeah, where's Carl?
Oh, I know, Larry's substituting for Art. Larry can't make it either, so he's gonna look at the.
Oh, gotcha, okay. Okay, hearing no other comments, I'll entertain a motion to close the public comment period.
I will move to close the public comment period.
Motion by Jim.
Second.
Second by Lorraine, all in favor?
Aye.
Next item on the agenda is the planning board discussion to discuss future topics. I think we're kind of at a little standstill right now. We finished the solar. I think we've got everything, we think so, as far as we know, until we get more information from the couple letters that we sent out about the tree law to wrap those up. So I didn't have a chance to talk to Ronnie, though I did see him in a meeting today, but I did not have a chance to talk to him. I wanted to just sort of discuss if there's things that the trustees think we should focus on versus things that we feel are a priority. So I will send him a note after this meeting, though. I don't think we'll be here all that late this evening, so I will send him a note after this meeting and either set up a meeting or just kind of get his thoughts on that, because I think that would guide some of those discussions a little bit. I would bring up the special permit resolution stuff, but that is down under other business, so.
Oh, okay.
Any thoughts on, I think, Lisa, you said maybe you had some thoughts about future topics?
Well,
Maybe that was something.
It's that,
Okay.
but, I mean, the chart of uses.
Yeah. I have that right at the top of the list.
Yeah,
too,
I think that really is
We
something.
had that up there. We wanted to talk about short-term rentals, but we also wanted to, I think, wait a little bit for some other municipalities in there. I think one of them finished.
Well, they did, no, they
Yeah.
did. They ended up passing.
Oh, did they? Okay,
Yeah, they
so I
did.
thought they finished.
I don't know if it's such a big issue either, but we should put something, have something.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't help but notice that we finally get our solar code done, and now I think there's going to be a different focus on solar, given some of the change in the political climate. So it just kind of, I don't know, we'll see whether it's an issue or not, the short term, but I think we should emulate some of the people that are nearby.
Yeah, I think, well, now that it's passed, I think it's a good
It was
opportunity for us.
it was the town,
It was the town.
I think,
Yep.
wasn't it, or was it the city
I
of?
thought it was the town.
I don't remember.
What, for the short-term rental?
Yeah.
It was the city.
Oh, was it the city?
Remember Yamila confirmed.
Yeah, that was the
But
city.
it had not passed, I thought, at the last.
At the last one, it hadn't, but I think it has now,
Since it
yeah.
had-
She thought when she was here that they hadn't, then she looked it up,
And it
and
was,
she let us know that they did pass it.
Okay.
yeah.
So, but I think those are kind of the chart of uses, the short-term rental, and also, I know that there was some discussion at the trustees about, now that solar's passed, the battery energy storage system
we
one too, so,
Add that
Yeah.
element.
which is a separate model law, but,
Okay,
yeah, well, I think we've got a lot of experience, and after going through the solar one, and the best one is a lot smaller, less complicated than solar. So I'll, like I said, though, I'll pass those sort of thoughts along to Ronnie and see what his thoughts are, or he can
well,
bring it
the
up at
thing
the
is,
next
if
trustee
we
meeting.
address the chart of uses, there are some things in there that will trickle down into the parts of the code that need some corrections. And so I think that would be really useful, just get it done, let's just do it.
Yeah.
You know, we keep talking about it, if we're not busy, it's
Well,
hard.
now, and that's the thing.
It's really hard when you're not busy to do stuff, but we've got to do stuff. We have
That
this
is why this
opportunity.
meeting is not canceled.
I know.
Well, whatever, like I said, we've got time, you know, there's there's one meeting next month,
Right,
and then
early December.
we'll see what January, you know, brings about. Maybe Mike has some information, but I mean, it is a time for us to, it's nice to have the time to focus on it, because there's been a
really
number
is.
of years where we didn't have the opportunity
We
to
just
do
never,
that, so.
yeah, it's, but it is hard sometimes to keep on task.
But no, I mean, that's why, again, we're not just canceling these meetings, and meeting to discuss stuff, so. Okay, any other sort of ideas around those topics, things to discuss next? Like I said, I want to get the Board of Trustees' thought. And I'll pass along those thoughts. Okay.
Should we be meeting with them? Remember, we talked about that before,
Oh.
like to have
A joint meeting?
Yeah, sometime after the new year, probably.
yeah.
Yep.
Maybe also add that in your email to Ronnie.
Yeah, no, he and I already, I sent him a note, and I thought he sent me one back about after the new year, but I'll.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the trustee report.
That would be me.
Oh,
Took good notes, Kathleen, so we hopefully won't need you this time. So Mayor Hardaway opened up the meeting talking about the brush fire. I know everybody knows about the brush fire. He thanked,
Not all of us know.
Jim does not know about the brush fire.
You don't know about the fire?
There's a huge brush fire.
huge brush fire. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you about it right now.
Good.
So, Jim, the brush fire was on Friday, November 1st. It was along East Shore Drive. So anyway, Mayor Hardaway opened it up, and he thanked all of the Tompkins County Fire Departments and all the surrounding county fire departments. I mean, it was like all hands. I was listening to the whole thing on the scanner.
and I missed, I couldn't hear the sirens, I can't believe.
I
I mean,
called
I-
Lisa, and she's like, what?
I know, I was gonna call you, and I'm like, but by the time I started listening.
would've been burned.
9 o'clock, and I didn't want to bother you. I didn't want to get you all riled up. Anyway, he thanked everybody. Some of the other counties were like Genoa, Lock, Homer, Virgil, Cortlandville, and even the New York State Forest Rangers were there.
They were there the next day, too.
And so several responders did suffer minor injuries, but he wanted to wish everybody a speedy recovery and thank everybody. He also thanked the DPW staff because there was the water main break on Pembroke and Cuba Heights Road.
Oh, that's why my water pressure disappeared, okay.
You want
Well, I thought it was because they were drawing the water,
No, apparently,
had the air coming out, and I thought, the next day.
so what he said was, on November 4th, he and Deborah Dawson, Lynn Leopold, John Courtney, and Chris Savosky met with staff from the Tompkins County Soil and Water Conservation Department to determine how they could assist with public and private repairs to the ground cover in the burned areas along East Shore Drive. And he said the team thinks that they could put down some hydro seed in certain spots. Also, apparently Lynn Leopold's home.
It started coming up her driveway,
Yeah, it was very, very close. And so they're also going to look into seeing if they can get volunteers on the county side to come and help Lynn reposition her old fallen trees so that the water won't rush down the slope and wash the topsoil away.
yeah.
Also, Don Hartel attended the board meeting, and he was sitting right at the table. And he gave a lot of insight too, because apparently this was very close to his property as well. And also, Natalie, I didn't catch the name of the neighbors, that it was like, what, 25 feet?
I didn't either, because they were just using first names, I think, so I didn't
Yeah,
recognize.
he was talking about that
It
too.
was on Twin Glen.
Yeah,
It was Twin Glens right at
Right
the
at the
far end.
bottom.
yeah. Anyway, so that was that. And then they needed to set up 4 public hearings. The public hearings, the first 3 are senior citizens tax exemption, alternative veterans tax exemption, and disabled persons with limited incomes tax exemption, and those have been set for November 18th, which is their next meeting next week. And then the 4th one was amendment to the Village of Lansing Code for sewer rents, and that also is for the 18th. And then the next item was discuss future plans for expansion of the Village of Cuba Heights wastewater treatment. On October 29th, Mayor Hardaway and Ruth Groff met with the Village of Cuba Heights. And Cuba Heights is proposing a future expansion idea so they can continue to serve Lansing and the town of Ithaca. Currently, if the Village of Cuba Heights exceeds its daily maximum flow multiple times in a 30-day window, the DEC will step in and require they set a moratorium on sewer runs or show any other type of activity that would bring the flow down. Ronnie said that if this happens, it would mean any development in the village that's happening would have to stop because they wouldn't be able to install sewer units. So anyway, they are looking at creating a Remington Road bypass that would divert up to 1.6 million gallons per day at the wastewater treatment plant, and the cost is approximately $2 million. But right now, they're just looking for input, and they are looking at other options, but they really want to help in resolving a long-term solution to the problem. But Mayor Hardaway made it real clear that we won't just give money away without significant input, so. And that was about it. I mean, they said vote on election day. And then, there was one other thing under general discussion. Carolyn mentioned the comp plan resident survey, and apparently they've gotten a strong response from residents. Not so much the businesses, but I understand that Kathleen is going door to door. Is that right? For the businesses?
To just remind people to go online.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Okay,
That was that.
thanks, Frank. Okay, next item on the agenda is other business, and the one item there, before everybody else gets a chance, is to review conditions on a standard special permit resolution. So Mike had emailed everybody. I know that Natalie chimed in with a couple that she had gone, so I just kind of wanted to open that up for discussion to see if people had any comments about adding anything on there. Or... Again, these are just, things that we want to make sure that we don't forget about anytime a special permit comes out. So if, only the, the first, A through G or whatever the first ones are that we really put on every permit are, if there's, other ones on here that don't apply, we'll strike them from that special permit. But just as a good way to not accidentally miss something like two of these, energy, what's it called? Two of the green design practices, right? So.
Well, the fact that she had to write and then unearth these things shows that the preferred method would be what Mike suggested, is to list them all.
And just
we
strike
can
what we don't
delete
need.
them as opposed to, what have we forgotten?
Yeah.
It's so much easier to do an opt-out.
Yeah, and then I thought of a few more.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think we've got maybe, those two that you added.
And then
What else did you
E
think?
and I are duplicates, I think.
Approval of exterior and I. Prior to building permit, and, one is an approval,
Yeah, I'll put some version on there.
Yeah, just
one
combine
is
them
approval
into
and one is the issue.
approval.
Pick what you like.
Yeah, I went back the last like 3 years.
Yeah.
When we really started to add some conditions. I mean, we've had A, B, and C in there for 3 years.
That forever.
And so the two other popular ones, like Mike mentioned, were, for example, for your energy code, picking up some of the new construction projects with the energy code, some of that stuff, incorporate that, and the green design for stormwater.
Yeah.
Those are the two most popular ones over the last few years,
Yeah.
other than the first three.
And then I thought to add buffer strips for 145-24 of the code. Sidewalks, 145-20.1 from the code. And then when we have been talking previously, my notes have something about shielding garbage cans.
Oh, well, it's.
So I don't know if you want to shield, like,
We don't have a code, but I just think
but just
that
to add something
Are they
to,
garbage cans or dumpsters?
both, well, dumpsters mostly, it's mostly commercial, I think,
Yeah.
right?
What was that for now?
Lisa has mentioned a few times during the notes that she wants something like to shield, remember to like shield garbage cans or dumpsters, or like some sort of aesthetic barrier between those
For the commercial,
types of things.
Some type of buffering.
Yeah,
or just enclose them so that,
Yeah.
they're just not.
it's just not out there.
Yeah, because that came up with their ecology place right there, because they had a dumpster in the back, and there was a buffer to the.
Yeah, and the people are right there, so just to, yeah, the dumpster, what do we want to call that?
Okay.
Might come up with good words. Just to remind us.
Now, the only thing that I think is, I was wondering whether, I have, you know, a long time ago, my first foray with it, was this thing, remember the design standards and community character thing? I was wondering whether I should send this around to everybody, if there's anything on there, not that it's part of the resolution, but a checklist that we, when we're sitting here and they come in, that we're thinking about.
Yeah.
Whether,
Yeah, send it around.
send it around, and if everybody feels strongly about certain things, just let me know, and I'll make it just a literal checklist.
Yeah, and we can add, I mean, that can be one of those things that we add to
It's
into
just
that.
for us, it's
that
not
kind of little
necessarily
that little
code.
design workflow that he did last time, which I'll give everybody a preview. I did not turn into a nice, pretty picture yet, but I will. But we could add that as
Promise is
a, but we
promise.
could add that as a step in there, if
Yeah.
that's a thing, like, let's make sure that we do this for
I mean,
wherever it
this-
lands in there.
This is, some of this isn't stuff that we have in our code, but we can always suggest it if we like it. And I don't think it hurts, because I think sometimes people just aren't thinking about stuff. I know, I was pretty dumb about some of this. I mean, it's your first house to build, or your first
Yeah.
whatever.
Sure.
You've never done it before, so you want to help them. And sort of,
Oh, you're good. But
all right, so I'll send this around again.
yeah, but I, you know, the big ones that I think, right, we talked about trees, we talked about lights, we talked about sidewalks, we talked about green energy practices. I know there's some stuff in there about easements now, the few things that you just
We have
mentioned.
signage in here, right? Was signage in here? I forgot to check, I meant to think signage. I thought,
Well, we do have something for the garbage cans. All garbage and rubbish must be stored in containers which are out of public view.
that's right,
Vermin-proof and
That's
cannot be opened
14531.
by dogs or children.
14531,
Yes.
okay. Dumpster screening.
I mean, hey.
Oh, my gosh, we'll reacquaint ourselves with the room with the
So let's keep looking.
Just commercial, right? No, it's just.
I don't think anything is in here about signage, is there? I thought there was. I thought we did have.
I don't know what we, I mean, have we done a special condition about signage? Because that's normally something that comes about that says,
No, we
here's
did
what
talk about-
here's what you can have, right, but if you want something different, you go to the
That's a planned
BZA. Oh,
sign.
but that's,
That's a planned sign area. But the thing is, I'm just saying, as a condition, we want to be sure, we had down here for Lansing Meadows, we had a one-way thing.
yeah, that's
And
true.
that got slipped kind of through, it just got.
Yeah, so, right, maybe something that falls outside, like, you know,
Wayfinding
pre-approved,
signage.
because, and I'm just thinking, right, there's been lots of times that we've gone through and we've approved the
Because we have
special
this-
permit pending, right, these things, and it could be pending, you know,
Applicable.
I don't know how that comes about with
I mean,
signage,
we have
or-
the signage part of the.
It also
code,
like
right?
doesn't need to be something so well articulated where we could just exit, like, keep
Yeah.
it in. We could just have it as a space holder, be like, review necessary signage
Yes,
and add
yes.
condition, and then we'll at least remember it as you go through
That's
it.
the main
Yeah,
thing, I think, is
okay.
that we
Yeah.
don't leave something out.
and maybe, you know, just having this as a note on here, maybe ultimately it ends up on that
this
other
thing.
document that you
Yeah.
have,
Yeah,
right?
'cause
It's not gonna be a special condition, but it is something that we need to check down to make sure it's approved by code, or they go to the BZA, or however that all works out.
Because a lot of the stuff in this is aesthetics, kind of, you know, but it does have stuff like,
Signage, I mean,
but this is the other thing, is parking.
in the rear, like that one.
Well, but space is large enough and striped enough to accommodate the bigger cars. And lately, that's been, gosh,
Big problem.
you know, even,
Like out here, you mean? Out front?
My car fits great out here right now, I'll tell you. I'm not even joking.
oh, and consider
Way
where
better.
snow will be stored and all that. Now, Mike thinks about this stuff, but we don't. And if he should be not here, I don't want this stuff to fall through the cracks.
Where are you going, Mike?
I'm just saying, he's allowed to take a vacation.
Got a winning lotto
now
ticket in his
and again.
pocket right now.
Now walking behind me out the parking lot.
No, those are good, I mean, those really are good points, though.
Better say.
At any rate, okay.
Yeah, send that around, though, we can talk about it at the
Yeah.
next meeting.
I mean, it's
We can
still.
follow up on this, Mike can consolidate those things, add Natalie's suggestions in, we can
But I think this
almost
is,
like
I think this is really a good thing.
an appendix to the special review process, because that's what we need.
We don't need to vote on it, yes.
No, right. Okay. Other thoughts, Jim or Lorraine, on that? Anything you thought was missing, or?
Sure, I'll think of
No, good.
when I get home.
Right, good, that way, think about it before we actually have to do the next special permit, so we don't, yeah. Okay. Then other business. Al?
This is too short a meeting, I haven't had time.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
Well, we actually went and had lunch at Ole Ole.
Wait, we,
Oh, good, okay.
Yes, it was fun.
it's really good.
It's really kind of, they've done a nice, it's still a little bit of a work in progress, that they really kind of just,
It's cozy in there. It
was.
It wasn't like you're walking into like a fast food, and it's not fast food.
felt better than that.
It's all homemade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Feel better. It felt just really, nice.
Yeah.
They have just done some nice things, yeah.
they have their menu is like,
Pretty extensive.
yeah, it is.
Very tasty, yeah.
Are they on like DoorDash?
I have no idea. Never done DoorDash in my life.
You're like, so.
It's hard to get out with 3 kids.
I'll have,
It's hard to get out.
do they have a order? They have an Instagram and a Facebook page now.
Okay, I'll search them out.
Square?
Oh, that's nice. They have their liquor license up and running?
I don't know if they have one, no.
Early meeting.
Let you know in 2 minutes.
That's right, nobody's expecting us back quite this early.
Yes, it says pickup, delivery.
Oh, nice.
Shipping, I'm not sure what that is.
Delivery, there you go.
What else?
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Oh, no. Nothing else.
Okay.
It's that awkward silence.
I know.
I know,
It's all right, I've got something on.
Lorraine?
No, I come up with something. So I observed last week that Colonial Vet staff is no longer parking
I did
over at Eric's.
I know.
I even drove by a second day just to make sure that,
No, I didn't notice, I thought.
Did you notice
I
too?
thought for a minute, I thought it was the holiday.
you already, is there a reason?
Possibly, but nothing that I can really get into in a public.
Catch you later.
That's interesting.
What else, Lorraine?
Must be, oh, look at this. Another thing. Design location of all curb cuts and driveways for non-residential lots must be approved by planning boards and elements.
But I noticed the same thing, I was talking about, all of a sudden, what's missing from this picture?
I know.
And I actually thought, is today a holiday? And then it wasn't, and I thought, oh,
I know, and I was like, no, they don't ever close. And then I drove down the street because part of the staff does park down at 2415. And so then I went down there, and that parking lot is now really full. So they're all parking down there, and it's usually, they park around the ends.
so,
They still park over here, so some.
is there any word at all on the drug council?
I haven't heard it.
Nothing's come to you
I
yet?
did notice, though, when I went by, because I came that way tonight, that in the upstairs, the lights are all on, and maybe I just never noticed it before, but the lights were all on upstairs. And it looked like emergency lights downstairs. But I did kind of ask around, and nobody noticed.
Yep. Well, I think Mike would have to be
Yeah,
here
he'll find
first.
out.
Well, I was trying to find out what Cuba Medical's up to, yeah. Nobody knows.
I mean, they really have to come to get,
The building's not shut down, right?
oh, it isn't, I was gonna say, do they have to come to you
They
first
still have the right to use it as.
for the original use?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I haven't seen any, like, on Indeed.com, because I've been looking, like, I haven't seen any job ads for, nurses or anything like that. I mean,
And what about our landscaping for the pediatrics? Anything?
Haven't got anything from her now.
There are new trees, though, I think.
yeah, the tags are on them. The tags are on the bushes and the trees, I could see them from the
And their sign is not to walk on the flower beds now.
With your kids.
What else, sorry?
So,
I don't have anything.
Natalie has one thing she just found in the,
Oh, yeah, I was just looking for the word special permit in our zoning code.
Natalie has something.
Let's see, one we haven't really thought of before,
Is,
potentially unnecessary, because it's unnecessary. Curb cuts and driveways for non-residential lots. Design, location, dimensions of all curb cuts and driveways for non-residential lots must be approved by the planning board as an element of special permit review for development.
we usually do
I think we
that.
sort of.
We do that, but we're
but-
specifically there.
But that might be something good to add to that, right, yeah.
Say, I was gonna say.
Not the special permit,
Yeah.
I think again, one of those, why not just call it out and
And it is
say,
funny
we
because-
need to think about dumpsters, we need to think about curb cuts, we need,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
No,
call it out
because-
just for our own internal checklist.
When I'm driving down now 13 and I'm seeing what the heck's going on there with this crosswalk that there's, and I'm thinking,
it's gonna be a mess.
I'm complaining, I'm saying, you can't do all those curb cuts and this is ridiculous. You know, it's like, I never knew about curb cuts until I got on the planning board. Now it's like, oh, that is terrible. And it's really an important thing and it could have been done differently and been so much safer for everyone. So yeah, it's a real thing. Okay, curb cuts, got it.
And we would never let something like that happen, I hope, because that's gonna be a mess down there.
Yeah, every time I drive through there, which is,
Probably gonna put a traffic light there.
Yeah, but,
Well, at every 20.
bigger mess.
Oh, yeah, it's one more traffic light on,
But maybe it'll be an entrance only, is what I'm wondering, entrance only, it can't be both, there's no way.
Well, we'll see.
well, it looks like they're making a left turn lane, because the
Yeah.
one lane when you're coming
if you're
back.
up north, there's a left turn on.
Well, I think they're gonna open the road right across to 4th Street, I think they're gonna open 4th Street up.
We're gonna
We need
find out
Yumila to tell
I was
us.
gonna say, we'll see.
What they should really do is build a bridge if it's for pedestrians.
Yeah, well,
What else, Natalie?
Nothing.
Mike, what do you have for us? You got something? You got to.
No, I just,
If you don't, somebody's gonna ask a question, then you'll have something. I don't know what, but.
no, the only thing I've gotten is a couple inquiries from a development company that's working with the 20 Bomax PDA. They're looking to get some type of letter of assurance, something like that, for water and sewer, which they're not gonna get from the village. So
Sorry, Charlie?
they're kind of feeling things out, and I just thought I would tell you, because I hadn't heard from them in so long.
who is the development company?
What's the name again?
Don't quote me on it, it might be Fagan. something like from-
Oh, is it?
Anything out of town?
I don't, I'd have to look it up, I didn't really pay much attention.
Where is?
I haven't seen any action over there, I mean, Transac is still in business.
Just east.
I mean, I do notice that.
So like where the Transactor area?
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
corner. So.
I
That's,
don't know, I know where the transact.
Is it just the
yeah,
special
that's it,
permit section?
Taco Bell.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
right along.
Well, in subdivision,
Oh, subdivision, yeah, that's
That's
what
it, that's all I got.
That's what I.
Somebody has
for
a
us,
question
yeah.
for me That I can answer.
I was gonna say, I already had questions.
Anyone have a question for Mike that he can answer? Okay, if you haven't done so yet, remember, there's all the required training we have to do, there you go. So there's the PESH training, there's all that stuff, the violence in the workplace, the bloodborne pathogen, the emergency communication. There's also the 4 hours of training that everybody has to do each calendar year to stay on the planning board. Yes, in addition to all those required trainings,
I think
there's the 4 hours. If you have not done any of your hours, the Planning Federation sent out, and I can send this out, they actually have bundles A, B, C, D, and E. Each bundle is worth 4 hours, and you can pick either introductory, advanced,
I think you-
housing, meetings and communications, or environment. So each one of those bundles is worth 4 hours, there's 4 hours worth of training in there, but they're all recorded, so you can kind of do them at your will, but you do have to have them in by the end of the calendar year, so I can forward that out to everybody.
But Lisa, there's a lunchtime one coming up.
Yes,
I
there
don't even
is.
know where I'm at with it, I mean,
You can check with Jody, she is the keeper of all things hours
You
that,
might like this one, it's faster and better comprehensive.
yeah, I'm doing that
Mike
one.
and I are signed up.
is that is November the
19th.
Yes.
I think
I know.
There was one right before the last meeting that I mentioned, that was like a waterways one that was actually quite, I think I talked to Kath about it a little bit, it was actually quite good. It's not, a lot of it wasn't relevant here just because of kind of the geography of the village, but there were a couple things in there that definitely applied, and it was pretty interesting, so yeah, there's those
I
things.
must not.
Also, your hours, if you, like, I've got 2, if I do these other 4, that's 6, that's more than I need,
Carry
the
over,
hours
yeah.
carry over, so.
Would you send the
I'll word it out,
bundles in
yeah.
along
Yep.
to me, please?
Yep,
I would appreciate it.
I'll send it out to everybody, just in case you need it.
The bundle A, some of the, because I did get the 4 hours, and I remember early in the year, like January and February, I took 1 or 2 Planning Federation ones, and some of the ones in bundle A sounded familiar. Are they kind of repeats of ones?
Yeah, those ones are like a introductory to the planning board, like, hey, I'm new to the planning board, here's some things that I would really benefit by taking. Also, a certain law firm does regular training.
Yes, they do.
Oh, right,
Sends out
and
emails, and if you missed them, you can email the office and get the link to the recording, and once you've watched the recording, you can request an hour of credit for watching it, so there's all those too.
Is there a list, because, is there a listing of the past sessions? Because there was one,
Mine I can get.
because there was one,
Registering.
and it was a few months ago, that I was kind of interested in, but there was some reason I missed it. I mean, I had a schedule conflict or something. And I remember there was an on-demand option.
Yeah,
I figured,
they've been sending.
but I don't
reminders.
remember
They've been
what
going to my
the,
junk.
and I don't know if it's online, but I remember last year, I.
I'm on there, I think I'm on the list twice, because I've been getting double.
That's different. There you go, yeah, it's under the, it might be, oh,
Municipal
that didn't work.
Corporation.
Yeah, not sure.
I can
Yes,
get a list.
yeah, I know I took 1 or 2 earlier this year, and then I took the most recent one, that was within the last like 2 weeks or so.
On short-term rentals.
yeah, so I signed up for, there's a bundle that has some, like, housing in it that I'm signed up for, because I thought that would be good.
But I don't remember what the one earlier this year was, but I remember thinking I wanted to take it, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Thought there was one other thing I was gonna mention.
They have one more coming up this year.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one every month.
Nice and naughty.
Yes, the famous Christmas nice and naughty one.
Yeah. Okay, any parting comments from anyone? If not,
What are we gonna do about Yamila's spot?
so, right now, she just said she needs to take a break to take care of some family stuff, but that's not an official resignation, and she is planning on coming back, so, given the fact that we have one more meeting this month, no, we have no more meetings this month, only one meeting next month, I'm gonna chat with her, but for right now, nothing. I think we're fine for, the next few months. So, yeah. Okay. I will entertain a motion to adjourn at 7:33 PM. Motion by Pat,
Second?
second by Lisa, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nice.
Have a good night.